Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your DevOps SRE DevSecOps coach. I have close to 18 plus years of experience working in multiple MNCs around the globe and having in-depth knowledge of DevOps, SRE and DevSecOps. So I would like to introduce you one certification program in a DevOps, and that is we call it DevOps Certified Professional. Now this is a 2 months of program, 25 tools of DevOps you will learn, and apart from that you will also get the access to the LMS, lifetime access to the videos portal. It's a certification program, and you will have 25 assignments and 2 projects along with it. It's a completely weekend program, so here you have classes on Saturday and Sunday. So as part of this course, you will learn multiple things. Here you see that you will learn Linux, AWS, Docker, Jira, Confluence, Python, Git with GitHub, SonarQube, Maven, Gradle, Packer, Artifactory, Selenium, JMeter, Ansible, Kubernetes, Helm, Terraform, Jenkins, Datadog, Splunk, and Neuralink. Now, how do we, apply for this? So how can you reach out to us? So you have a WhatsApp number and email ID. So please reach out to us, and we'll help you to onboard this program. Apart from this DevOps certified professional programs, we are offering other certifications as well in a DevSecOps, SRE, and one of the very comprehensive programs which we have is in Master in DevOps Engineering. Yeah, so feel free to get in touch with us and then enroll for it. Thank you.
Paste it, enter, and now you see that there's a mistake I did. Okay, sorry, full command I added, that was a mistake. This command will create aliases in your my repository, which as I created initially. Now you also can use the origin. So git pull origin master. So I'm pulling the Ramu Kaka, the other guy, no, other guy's object from the GitHub, and then here you see ls Ramu Kaka.txt. I got it. So now this is how we all work with the GitHub. So now this area has become a GitHub, and then we all do the push, add commit, pull, add commit push, and again pull, add commit and push. This we keep doing it, all of us, and do the work, sharing the all of our commits. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yes.
Okay, now how do you use the SSH URL, which you see here, SSH URL? So for that, what you need to do? So for SSH, first thing, you have to have a create a public and private key. Now guys, I must tell you here before trying, many people have done the mistake. Many people already have the public and private key in his laptop or in her laptop. So where do we find out this public and private key? So go to the user home, cmd, and here if you see that user home, this is the user home and .ssh. Where is that? Here it is. And this is the public key and this is the private key. Okay, so many of the people already have this public and private key, okay, in your office laptop. So don't create it. Why? What will happen, when you create it blindly, when you follow, then you will replace the existing key, and if you have used this existing key for some other application like a Jenkins or somewhere else, then you will say, Rajesh, because of you my setup got destroyed. So don't blame me for that. Blindly you should not do that. So for that, please do not do it. Again, if you have not used this public and private key anywhere, then it's okay, no problem, you can replace it, but you should be careful. Now the question is, how do we generate a public and private key? So how do we generate? So simply just put it on this, generate public and private key. So there's a very one utility which you have, see here, this utility is, where is that? Okay, I have to go inside it, and this command. Okay, so this command you have it. So this command will help you to create a public and private key combinations in the desired directory. So now this, let's say if you want screenshot and all, something like that. So git public SSH key we call it. Search for this, and here you see this is with the GitHub. See here. So this tutorial will help you. Every tutorial will find it here. See here. So it will help you. So you generate a public key and private key. Now mind it here, never ever share your private key with anyone, no matter what message he wants to give it to you. Never ever share private key. Only you should share the public key. How it works, this I'll give you assignment. Okay, how the public and private key authentication works. So public key, open up this file. Okay, open up this file, and here take this content, go to your GitHub, which is here, go to the setting. Okay, here, and you see the SSH and GPG key, and here you see I have already loaded, so I don't want to load it one more time, but here, and name it whatever you want it, and paste it and add it. And from here onwards, the moment you GitHub has the public key, you can push and pull and clone without a token, without any password, using SSH. Understood, all of you?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so you have to remember that you have to use the SSH URL if you want to use SSH. So this will not prompt you the password or token, and SSH is recommended, by the way. Why? Because SSH is much faster than HTTPS. Okay, much faster. So you can use this. So guys, now did you understand that how do we work with the remote repo? In our case, GitHub. Any questions? Any doubts? All of you?
Sir, master, that is getting a little bit confused now. That here it is, yeah.
Branching.
Because you said
Which
that
one?
origin and something, no, that is a little bit.
So origin is nothing but replace with URL. It will work. But I don't want to type URL again and again. So for that, I created aliases, which I can remember every time. Or if I tell
So
you,
I need to
remember,
write. Okay. Hmm.
if I tell you remember this, will you remember this? But if I say, hey, just push to the origin, simple. You can do that. It's aliases. Shortcut, you can say.
Okay, origin. So after origin, I need to write where I have to uh, pull or push that code, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Which branch?
Which branch or something? Yeah. What?
Yeah. Okay. So guys, now what I'm going to do, look at this here. Now some of the features which talked about it, like UI, you saw that you can interact with all these UI. Issue tracking tool, where is that? So here it is. You can create a ticket. Let's say I'm creating a ticket, www.devopsschool.com is not working. Here it is, assigned to someone. And I don't think so I have to teach you all this thing because it's self-explanatory, and submit a ticket. Okay, now what to do? You are going to create a documents. Here it is, wiki. Create a first page, home, and welcome to whatever you want to. Documentation is a editor, Confluence kind of editor, wiki kind of editor, and here you can create a documents. More documents you can create, keep adding up pages here like this. So what the next, what feature which I talked about next? So UI done, issue management done, wiki done, and ability to multiple repositories. So here you see that this is the organizations. Okay, this is the organizations, and here how many repository you have it? 58, and you can create more. You can create organizations also here. If you click here, you can create organizations also. So here multiple organizations. You see that I have created multiple organizations. These all are organizations. You can refer it for the code. I'll share the one URL which will have all the URL for this. So you can create a multiple organizations for this. Now next feature is like rollback access control. How do we do that? So here let me show you. So here you can create a team. So right now how many teams you have? These are the teams. Let's create one more team, and I want to manage this team. So here what I'll call it, Jan 2023 DevOps batch, right? And here now visible secret, it's up to you. and create. Now here I have to add people, invite them. So what is your ID? So I don't have, I right now I just remember few ID which is owned by me. So this is the ID. I invited one pending members. So now like this, you can create multiple of teams. You see that here there's one team which I created training, and 30 members are there. You can look at this here. Okay, these are 13 members are there. So like that you can create a team. Now team is created and you want to give access. So right now this is the team which I created, right? No, where I created team. This is the one, Jan 2023. So this team I want to give access to some repository. What to do? Go to this repository which I created just now in front of you, and setting, under collaborations, here you can add individual people or a team. Of course team will be easier. And Jan, and see here, and what access you want to give: read, tries, write, maintain, admin, all this thing, whichever you wanted to give it to the team, and all those people got the access to this repository as per your requirements. So this is also managing the role-based access control. And then CI, which I'm going to show you in some time. But guys, do you have any questions so far? Anyone have any questions so far?
No, sir. Sir, once that I mean that GitHub is set up, this entire GitHub, no, there is a one for all, no. Then the users can add, commit, push, and pull.
Yes. After that,
That
just
is
push and pull. Add, commit, push and
that
pull.
yeah. That beginning
Yeah.
setup is necessary. Sir,
Yeah.
can we have just a demo for with the via Visual Studio or something? Because
Yes. I'll
if
show
it
you this.
because
Yeah.
Git Bash, I mean it is not been
No,
used.
as a DevOps engineer, you should practice using command line. Uh,
Couple line only.
Visual Studio Code or anything else is for saving the time and effort. Okay.
Yes.
And when you work with the thousands of files, you want to opening up fast, and modifying. So that is for that. So, anyways, I'll show you that one. It's not a problem, but yeah. So guys, this is something. Now last feature which I want to show you, that's called CI. This anyways I'll show you, I'll discuss in detail in Jenkins session, but here also you can create a CI. But in Git we call it action. Okay, what do we call it? Action. So basically remember that here writing a code for everything. So here writing a code for CI code. We call it CI pipeline in simple way. You call it CI pipeline. Now, I'm not getting into this detail to confuse you more, because again, lots of specifications to learn. In our course, we have a Jenkins pipeline which is added, which I'm going to focus more. But here, how do we create a pipeline? So here, if you see that, the idea is very simple. Understand that. The moment, please understand that. The moment someone modify the code, automatically build should happen, test should happen, packaging should happen, deployment should happen. That is the idea. Okay. So for that, you have to write a code for it. So let me create actions. And now if you see that, are you expert in it, writing a code for CI or using action? If you're expert in it, go for your own CI table. But right now, let's say I'm not expert, so I want someone to give me the template of the code. So there's a hell lot of template. You see that you got it free of cost. And in fact, everyone, what they do, they copy this template, modify that, and work is done. So now let's say if you have a Java based software and build tool is Ant, here is Java with Maven. So Maven I'm going to teach you as part of this training. Gradle also I'm going to teach you. So if you have this kind of code, you can use as a template. So I'll go for this one and configure. So the moment I configure is a template free of cost given, and they write a code. Look at this here, the location, .github, workflows, and this YAML file. Now, in this YAML file, what you have is stages. Okay, so see that here. This is a jobs. So let me explain you this one. This is the name of the package, name of the CI. Now on release types created. So this basically will help you the moment you modify the code. Okay, the moment you modify the code, this should trigger. Okay, and it should create a release. I'm not complicating it. Jobs, number of jobs. So there's a one job which is called build, and there's only one job. So there's only one job here. Now inside this job, what you're going to do? So here is a run on Ubuntu latest. What is Ubuntu latest? So basically, GitHub has hosted one container publicly for us, all of us, and the name of the container would be used as a Ubuntu latest. With this, permissions will be given, and inside this container, which will be run on GitHub, these steps will run. What run? So see that here. Uh, this actions, check out the code, set up the Java, install the Java, and after that run the maven command, which is here. I'll teach you maven. Here maven deploy command, here you have it, and the token for that. So everything will be done in this, though the code is not in Java, but still it's okay. It will fail. Ultimately it will fail and start commit there. So now you added a code. Again, I'll take you to my repository, and this is the code, which is you have this one. This code you have to write it, and the idea is very simple. Let me show you. The idea is very simple. The moment you modify the code, CI will automatically start. Can I show you? So first let me see that how many build has happened. So for that, click on this and see the view runs. See, there's no run has happened. Okay, there's no run has happened. Now I want to change the code and show you that live. This will fail because there's no Java code here. So let me change the file here. This is the file. Tap, and commit the changes. I commit and refresh here. Just wait for a few seconds. Automatically it will trigger. I committed the change. Okay, this is some problem in the code. So I need to modify this code. Here, this trigger has to be modified. So on release types, let me change this. On release on master. What is the branch? I need to check this just a second. GitHub action triggered uh, in branch name was main or master, I forgot. Oh, it's a master, yeah. So trigger on main. So I need to modify that code. Trigger is not enabled. So here on issue no, on release, on push, uh, on push. So I'll modify this code, and this is not needed. Done. So start commit. Okay. And committed. And now you can see the view run. Now see the moment. So now if you change the code, again it will build trigger another build. See, another one, commit and refresh. See here. This second has happened. Now it's failed because the code is not there. Java code is not there, Maven code is not there. So like this. But this is the wonderful CI setup. So see here, one place only you can write a code, one the issues, write a documentations, perform the CI, and everything you can do at one place. Are you able to visualize all of it?
Yes, sir.
So let me show you the one real code for this. It will be easy for you. That's in the different directory, and that is sample demo. So this code, this is the code which I'll use for the demo, multiple demo. So see here, this is the workflows, and it's a real Java code. You have it here. So here you see the pom.xml, and some code is here. So now if you go to the actions, see that 25 run has happened. last month it was run last month. So I'll modify some code. My favorite code which I modify is this one, readme.txt. So this is not a code, something which I run it just to trigger that build and commit the changes. Now see that, go to the actions, and here you see, wait for a few seconds. See here, it has started, and now this logs, you can see that what is happening. So build, push and build, and all this thing, you can see that. So basically, in our course, we have used the Jenkins, but here you can also use this all actions also, depends on the project requirement. A lot of CI is here. So guys, did you understand that how this GitHub is working for all of you?
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
Nothing. Sir, please upload as soon as possible, sir. I need to read,
Yes,
study
we'll
this.
do
The,
that.
the beginning part, the beginning part I missed.
Yeah. Any questions, guys? Anyone else? Did you understand that, all of you?
What is fork and like other?
Ah, yeah. So fork means, what is a fork? Okay, so I'll put it in a this way. Uh, See here. This is a GitHub. Okay, this is the GitHub, and now this is your organization, and they have one repository which is here, and this is your area. This is your area means, see, every user has their own area, and then he's a part of some organizations also. For example, if you look at this is organization, but if you want to go to my areas, which is here, mm, this is my account. So this is my account. I can create my repository in my account also, but I can create a repository in the organization account also. So what is a fork? So now let's say, understand that very simple concept. This is me. Let me, so this is me, and sometime what happens, the organizations, they don't allow you to have a write access to here. I said write access, not read access. They may give you the read access. The question is, how do I make a modification then? How do I make a modification? So this is the org area, this is the personal area. Okay, so what you will do, you will create a fork. I'm creating a fork, and then this repository will be created, owned by you, and this will have a complete access on this repository. Same repository got cloned to the personal areas, and you have a complete access of it. For example, let me do that. Here, go to the GitHub, uh, and someone else repository. Let's say Apache. Go to the Apache. Okay, enter. This is the Apache code. Flink. I don't know this product, but someone else is owned by Apache organization. Flink. So if I fork it, see, 20,000, 11,000 has people have fork it. If I fork it, and you see that where you want to fork it, of course, mean temporary, and here I fork it, and now I'll be the owner of it. See here, this Apache Flink, it got modified to DevOps tool, DevOps and Flink. That means I can do whatever I want here, branching, merging, pulling, pushing, modifying, deleting, anything I can do that, but to my repository. So that is called, that is called fork. Understood right now?
Sir, if you cloning on your own, okay, on your own that repository, and if you're doing push pull, that will be on your repository of GitHub, right?
I can do push and pull and clone any repository provided the access is being given. Remember the write access, read access, whatever. If it is owned by you, you do whatever you want. This is your personal account. But if it's an organization account, okay, organization's repository, then you have to abide by their permissions. Okay.
Exactly.
So now, yeah. So now what you did, you fork it out. What you will do, I'll tell you. Very simple thing. Understand that. You fork it out. Now you do whatever you want. You clone this repository in my local laptop and do commit, add, delete, whatever the code you want to change it. You can do the changes, push to your own repository. Yes. Now, but the idea was to get here, no, that code. So what you'll do, you will create a pull request. What you'll do? pull request. That means you are requesting whom admin or senior developers of this repo, saying that hey, I have modified this code, some bugs I fixed it, some enhancement I did it, all this thing work I did it. Can you please take this code? So you can request it. Whether they will take it or not, I don't know. This depends on the your code standards. Okay, so that is how you will do that. So for example, let's say I'll go for my repository here. Okay, and here, so remember that this is Apache owner, and this is mine. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'll just modify this code. Okay, this code, I'm just for demo purpose. Okay, I'm modifying the code after the fork, and I did it, commit these changes, and after that what I'll do, I'll request Apache team, hey Apache team, please take my code. So here I'll create a pull request, and here new pull request, and look at the arrow from my repository branch name to where Apache Flink branch name master, and here I create a pull request. I'm not going to do that, others they will simply you know block my ID. Why? Because this I did not modify the code, rather than I spoil the code actually. Getting points? So I will create a pull request. Okay, and the moment I will create a pull request, they will get the request just like this, just
So
like,
pull
let
means
me,
getting the data, no? Pushing
no,
means editing the data. Git pull and git
pull,
push, you said.
yeah, even I had this confusion actually. So pull request means what? You are
Pull means
informing
we
this.
are we are taking from
Ha,
repository on our
no,
local.
no. Pull request means theoretically, even I used to get confused. Pull request means this guy is then he's the owner of this repository. You are
Hmm.
requesting, hey, can you please pull it? Pull means from my repository. You're requesting him to
Ah,
pull.
okay. Him you are asking to
Yeah,
pull.
yeah, him.
But you are
So
in.
you'll say,
But you are doing pushing. You are pushing actually.
no, I'm not doing pushing. I cannot do that, no, because I don't have access.
You don't have access in that. In this case, you
Yeah,
don't have access. Yeah, right.
yes. So I'm
Now,
creating a pull request for the administrator of that repo. So he will review my code, and then he will tell, okay, the code is fine as per the requirement. So let me merge this. So the moment this guy will approve this pull request, automatically two branches of the two repository will merge it. Okay, so guys, this is all about the GitHub. All of you are clear? Any
yes,
questions,
sir.
any doubts?
On that action, the YAML file that you created
Mm-hmm.
for CI. So if the
Mm-hmm.
project has this Maven or what form.xml or whatever, how will those
Mm-hmm.
two work together?
So this YAML file is pretty much standard actually. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so
Is
if
that
you know the
is that a,
Maven,
is that a Maven thing or is it
this Maven command actually. See here, this is the Maven command. Run what Maven command, but where in a Ubuntu container with Java.
okay?
So this Maven command, this Maven command. So yeah, how to write this code? Uh, this is a one job. Now understanding the jobs again, it will be easier for you when you know Jenkins. So you'll understand what is a job, what is a build, what are the steps. So this is the conceptual stuff. So actions it'll be easy for you when you know one CI tool at least one. And Jenkins is the easiest one to start.
So this is a file for Jenkins or what
No,
is
no, no, no. Conceptual. For example,
okay?
conceptual stuff. This is a one job, and in job you are building this job to this container with this permission. And in the job, in this container, what you want to do? So these are the steps: one step, two steps, three steps, four steps. So here packaging will happen, here deployment will happen, and here setting up the Java will happen.
Uh, so the CI tool that is with on GitHub, what is the CI tool that is that Maven or what is
No, CI
uh,
tool means Jenkins.
No, I mean
Okay.
so the moment you committed the code or modified the code, something was running in the background to run
This
this
what
file.
it was running this one.
Yeah, but
And on what? On push.
on push, but so isn't there a tool behind it that is running? Is it Maven or no? Not.
Uh, okay, I can understand your confusion, but for that, you know what? You have to go through all the tools first. That's what I said. This I gave it to you some idea, just what is action. So if someone will say, hey, what is action? GitHub Actions. You can say, okay, we want to implement the CI for the same platform on GitHub. So for that, we write a code for CI, and that code we write in action. And these actions, whatever the steps you write, it runs in the container managed by GitHub. Okay, so for time being, this is the good understanding. Now, what is Maven? What is jobs? What is builds? Or maybe Gradle or Jenkins? All these things you'll have to understand slowly, gradually, conceptual things for the building infrastructure, and then get it. So container, you know that, right?
Yeah, a
Yeah.
container is fine. So, I mean, so the way I understand is the moment you um, change the code, this file runs. I mean, I don't understand how that this gets triggered, but maybe GitHub has some process. It gets triggered,
Yes,
and
yes,
then it
yes,
goes
it
through
is.
this. It goes through this process. It creates the container. It runs the pom.xml or whatever, and generate. It does the. It's, it goes through that entire process. But what
Yeah.
triggers it is what was my.
This one on push. This is event actually on the GitHub. This one. So the moment if I change this code, this repository new files, on push this file start building it. Okay. So what happens in the GitHub? You have a code, and then you have a CI. So anyone modify the code, any changes happen, this started doing the acting. This script, this is a script started running. This is YAML script start running. So this can do the analysis of the code. It can build the code. It can package the code. It can perform acceptance testing. It can deploy the things. Everything it can do. So this
Okay.
code, right now the code is only you have for the packaging and building and deploying.
Okay. No, the CI tool is the CI engine is on GitHub. It's a GitHub engine, right, or
Yes,
something.
yes, yes, yes. CI engine is for it. In order to understand the CI in a better way, you need to understand the entire tool set. This is the first tool set which I have got it. So
If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.